Ooh.
Hi everybody, welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge. My name is Sarah, I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and on this series it's all about learning, thought process, inspiration and ideas. And I have 3 different ways of going about that theme. One is I take a background from somebody else that painted a background painting for me, and I do make a complete painting with it. I try to see patterns and come up with an idea. Or when it comes, that's more about the learning thing, I rework a painting that I did previously. Could be a long time ago, or maybe just done last year. And the third option, which is the process that I'm going to work with today, is I take a word generator, I take a word and get inspiration going. Again, the serious purpose is to, well, show you or let you into my brain as much as I can and show you how, well, to maybe compose a painting when you're, well, not sure what to do at all, or how to get inspired, how to see certain things and then use them as an inspiration trigger, or just to, well, show you learning happens when you draw and paint a lot. No matter if you're schooled, like if you had professional art training or not, like me, I didn't. So let's hop right into it. Here's my trusty word generator, and the word of the day is, drumroll, experimentally. By experiment, by experience, or trial. Now that's one of those words again that is maybe a bit more difficult to paint than other words, just because it describes something and is not an object or like a person, a thing, like something that you can touch, that you can recognize. But when I wrote down that word, something already popped into my head, and I think I'm just gonna go straight with it. And it's gonna be a goofy one again. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, I seem to save the goofy drawings or paintings for the Talk-ohhh-Challenge series, subconsciously, I think. But experimentally says to me lab, like test tubes, bubbling things like chemicals, somebody with lab protection glasses, and I think I'm just gonna go with a painting of, I don't know, a chemist or something. Maybe kind of a goofy sketch. Now, before I draw and compose my sketch here that I'm then gonna paint, in case you're new to the series or haven't seen the Talk-ohhh-Clock vlogs where I announce which medium I'm gonna use for a certain month, April, the month that I'm shooting this video, is charcoal and pastels. So I need to work in a way that I could work with pastels and charcoal, meaning not very fiddly lines, more like smooth surfaces. I can paint wet or dry, I haven't decided yet, but it's just a certain, I do have limits with the medium, and I do want to use the pastels and or the charcoal. I don't want to venture onto other media or take something that I already did. So let's compose a sketch. I think I definitely want, like in the background or on the desk, I want to have one of these bottles that have bubbles coming out, something like that. There's maybe a flame underneath from a Bunsen burner. I don't know why I'm singing, but bear with me. Something like that. Of course, well more defined. Let's have a desk. And then I think I'm just gonna have a goofy chemist. One with glasses. Because safety first, even in drawings and even cartoony drawings, that is. Glasses, hair, not maybe just really the crazy professor kind of a thing. Nose. Smile because he loves his job. Then, I don't know, he's holding something. Paperwork. Yeah, paperwork here, I don't know. Pen. You see, I'm just starting with very rough sketches just to see how the composition works when it comes to size, perspective, stuff like that. And then you have like, I don't know, a test tube and thumb and fingers. Just, I don't know, some fancy liquid in there. That would be what I would associate with experimentally. I think it's just an easy thing to do there. Smiling, he's having fun. He loves his job, just like I do. I love my job, he loves his. Maybe some bubbles again. So yeah, of course the arm position is not 100% correct, but I would maybe have the desk a bit lower, like that. Code, lab code, I don't know, something like that. That would be it. I guess I would, well, I don't want to say I would have it easier because not really, but since those goofy kind of paintings really work well with marker outlines like marker pen, I think it would work even better with wet pastels. So going into the pastel chalks with water, like right away pick up the pigment and then paint. And I guess what I'd like to do is, oh well, I'm just gonna take it dry now. The colors are not correct, so just have a bit colored and then blend it out with water into white. And just have the illustration-y style, but with pastels, which I don't do that often. I kind of did in last week's art journal, the fairy. And I think if I take that concept to more extremes, I could have a really cool illustration there. So I'm gonna go for it. You can watch along and then I will come back and tell you how it went, what worked, what maybe did not work, what surprised me, if any, stuff like that. So enjoy, watch along. I will see you in a minute. There it is. This is my tiny little illustration for, and I have funny things on my painting, for experimentally. Now, I did take, you saw in the beginning, there were already colored splotches on the paper. These are old pages from an old art journal. And there was a bit of, I don't know, watercolors, acrylics, something on the paper already. But I thought it would actually work towards the drawing or the illustration itself, because chemistry sometimes is kind of messy as well. You don't want it to be messy if you have dangerous things that you work with, but sometimes it just is. But I liked how the sketch turned out. Now, I stayed very much like I did with the original composition kind of a sketch. I just changed up the elbow, like I said, a tiny bit. And other than that, I stayed the same. The dude kind of reminds me of Leonard from Big Bang Theory. So that's what Leonard would look like if he would not be a physicist, but a chemistry lab worker or maybe doctor or whatever. So yeah, that was just something that I realized once I was done coloring, especially his hair and the smile. It's like, that's Leonard. That's weird. But anyway, I enjoyed it a lot. I really liked how the wet technique of the pastels worked, especially in the background. The blending into nothingness worked very, very well. I think it works very well with soft colors, like this teal color here, the light gray, the skin tone. And it also kind of works, but I had to be more careful with the stronger colors, like the turquoise here, the gray and oranges here, the pink and purple. You really have to be a bit more careful there on how much water you have on the brush. But yeah, I like this one. It turned out well, I think. Let me know what you think about this tiny little illustration. Do you find it goofy? Did you imagine I would go with the scenery here or something very similar once you heard the word of the day? Or did you maybe picture something totally different? If that is the case, by the way, please, 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 please draw it or paint it and send me a photo, because I'm super curious how other people's artistic minds work. So I would love to know, and I will see you next week on the Talk-ohhh-Challenge with a background then. We're gonna change things up. It's gonna be the last week of pastels for a while as well, so I guess I will make sure that I do work with pastels next week again. Do all the good YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe, and if you have any other questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I will see you next week and tomorrow with a new drawing. Painting, drawing. It's a drawing. That's what I'm gonna call it. So have fun. Bye bye.